In modern Java, some of the absolute biggest improvements in code clarity and power, they come from one simple idea. Today, we're going to break down that exact idea, functional interfaces.
So let's start with a question. What if you could take a clunky, kind of messy block of 5 or 6 lines of Java and just shrink it down to a single, elegant line? Well, that's not some fantasy. It's the exact promise that functional interfaces deliver on. The magic behind all of this, it really comes down to one simple but super powerful rule. But to really get it, let's do a quick refresher on what a standard interface even is.
Okay, so a regular interface is basically a contract. Think of it like a blueprint. It lays out a set of methods that any class that wants to use it has to implement. It's a blueprint for behavior.
A functional interface takes that idea and zooms way in. Instead of being a blueprint for a bunch of different actions, it's a blueprint for a single action, and it's defined by one very, very strict condition. And here it is, the golden rule. A functional interface must have exactly one abstract method. Not 0, not 2, just 1. And this single constraint, believe it or not, is what unlocks everything. Now, I know one abstract method might sound a little academic, so let's make it super intuitive with a simple, real-world analogy. Think about a light switch. It doesn't matter if it's a toggle, a dimmer, or a button. Its main purpose, its fundamental job, is to do one thing: change the state of the light. That change state function is its single abstract method. The light switch is pretty much our perfect real-world example of a functional interface. It's designed to do one job, and do it well. So why does this one-method rule matter so much? Well, to really see the impact, we need to take a quick look at how we had to do things before Java 8 made this whole concept a star. Before Java 8, if you wanted to implement an interface for just a single, one-off use, like, say, a quick action for a button, you had to use this really verbose structure called an anonymous inner class. And yeah, it looks something like this. Just look at all that boilerplate. You've got the new keyword, the curly braces, the full method signature. It's a whole lot of ceremony just to define one simple action. I mean, it works, but it's really noisy, right? But since a functional interface has only one method, the Java compiler can figure out everything it needs to know. And this simple fact opened the door for a massive shortcut, the Lambda expression. And here is the payoff, side by side. The super verbose boilerplate on the left is replaced by that clean, simple Lambda on the right. See, since the compiler knows it's implementing the only abstract method, all that extra ceremony just disappears. All we need are the parameters, an arrow, and the action. 5 lines become 1, and just like that, our code goes from cluttered to instantly readable. Now, this isn't just some neat trick to make your code look prettier. It's a fundamental shift in how we write Java. And the language even gives us a tool to make sure we're doing it right. To help us out, Java gives us the @functional interface annotation. Think of this as a direct instruction to the compiler. You're basically telling it, hey, make sure you enforce the one-method rule for this interface. So if you or maybe someone on your team comes along later and tries to add a second abstract method to this calculator interface, bam, the compiler will immediately flag it as an error. It's an absolutely fantastic safety net that keeps your code's design clean and intentional. And this really brings us to the single most important takeaway of this whole thing. Functional interfaces are the foundation that makes all this modern functional programming in Java even possible. That little one-method rule is what allows for the super concise Lambda syntax, and that lets us treat behavior like data and pass it all around our code. It's a huge deal. It's honestly incredible how one simple constraint, exactly one abstract method, unlocked an entirely new, better way of writing Java. And it kind of makes you wonder, right? Where else in programming or even technology does a simple, elegant rule lead to a completely revolutionary impact? See you next time.